All right, welcome in guys. Welcome back to another tutorial video. This video I'm going to be taking you on a little journey and showing you how to use the notifications section for you org admins. This is specific to the org admin and the role that they have. This is also specific to the web page. So meaning you're not going to be able to send these push notifications from the mobile app. That being said, let's jump in. Let's get into this, and I will try to make this quick and not take up a whole lot of your time. So we want to simply just maneuver over here to the left side of the screen and click the notification section over here. To create a new one, we're going to click new, and then we're going to be brought to this page. So we get here, and anything with the red asterisk, we're going to have to fill out this. So I'm going to walk you through, go top to bottom, show you how to work this. So we have two options. We can send a email to the masses, or we can send a push notification to the masses. They both work the same way. You're going to be filling out the same type of information. But for the purpose of this, I'm going to show you how to use a push notification because this is probably the way most people are using this tool right now, and this is where the most confusion is. So hopefully we can clear up some of this confusion. I can help you use this to the best of your ability. So we select push notification, and then we go to our audience type. Our audience type is simply the people that are going to be receiving this message. So let's hypothetically say we want to send a message to players and parents. You'll see once we select an audience type, all of our teams will pop up. We can individually select teams to send it to. We could go through and select all of our teams. But when you're selecting these, what this is saying is that the players and parents of all of these teams are going to be getting these messages, the ones that you select. Something else that you can do within this team audience section is you can create audiences. This is for if you want to communicate with more specific groups of people, and I'll show you what I mean. So we could do a pitcher only, if I could spell, pitcher only group. We could call it that, and we could select players, and we don't need to select teams because we're going to just do pitcher only for the entire organization. And when we get to category, we would just pick pitcher. If you wanted to pick pitchers that are also shortstops, you could do that too. You could do pitchers by age group. You could put graduation year. You get the idea. But if you don't want to do any of that, you click next. You get to here. We're not gonna measure this or filter this with any sort of performance stats or categories. We're just gonna click save. And then we would find, let's see, now I gotta find this. Let me go back here and select the right role. So I've selected the right audience type now, and I can see the audience that I've created that was for players, and it is the pitcher only group that we just created. So if we wanted to get to that, we would have to go to our audience type that we created it for, maneuver to audience, and then we could click the pitcher only group, and boom, now we have all of the pitchers within our organization that would be getting this message. That's how the audience works. Most people don't seem to be using the audiences as much as just the different audience types. They're not necessarily creating these very specific groups within the audiences. But if you need to, or if you wanted to, that is how you do it. So I'm going to go back to the original message where we had players and parents. We're going to select our three teams, and we're going to go from there. So let's say we have a game that has been moved. We can put in our title, game moved, field D5, game time start. Game time is now 7 p.m. And once we get our title and our message put in, we can see the lovely little preview that it gives us. And then the next thing we need to worry about is our frequency. So if we're sending a message like this in the heat of the moment, we're going to leave it as send now. And then once you click send, it'll be sent within about a minute or two. But for example, if we wanted to change this, let's say that we wanted to send up a one-time notification for the future, we could do that. We would select only once. We would go and we'd pick our date that we want it to be sent out at and the time. And then when we click send, in our system, it's going to pick it up. And then when the date comes and the time comes, the notification that you've set up here will be sent. We could set up a daily notification where we pick a start date and an end date and a time, and every day at that time the notification would be sent out. Or we could do weekly, where it works the same way. We pick our start and end date and time, but this frequency allows you to pick the days of the week that you want it to be sent out on. So for example, let's say we wanted to remind our players Monday, Wednesday, Friday, they got to get their workouts in. That's what we would use this weekly frequency for. But let's go back to send now. The last thing that you would have to potentially look at or worry about would be the attachment section. There's nothing in the attachment section that is required. This is simply for if you wanted to attach an image or a PDF or put a URL in here, put a link in here for your people to see. So none of this is required, but this is useful in a lot of different scenarios and cases. This is where you would go to, like I said, attach an image, PDF, or put a landing URL/link in there for the people to find. And the last thing to show you here is when we're sending these push notifications, it's important to send it obviously for iOS devices, which would be iPhone devices. But for now, you also have to go in and send this message for your Android devices as well. When you have it selected as iOS, it's going to be sending out to all the iPhones that we have in the system, and then you'd need to come back in, select Android to hit all of your Android devices, which is kind of a pain in the neck. We understand that. But that's how this works right now, and I'm trying to help and show you how to use this best right now. Obviously, improvements will come in the future as we get better with this, but I hope this helps you and hope you have a better understanding of how to use this tool and how it works. So thanks for tuning in. Hope you guys have a great rest of your day. Peace.